Hi, I'm Christy, and I am going to try and do a talk off today. It is Saturday morning, and it's beautiful outside, and I'm going to try and get this done before I go outside. I've never done a talk off before, so I hope that I do this correctly. I'm not quite sure how to do this. So I will start by saying that I read Raising Blaze by Deborah Ginsburg, and it was an amazing, amazing book that caught my attention right away. I am not much of a reader. I am more of a get up and do kind of a person. So to know that there was a book that caught my attention is a great thing. It was a really good book. I didn't know to begin with who I was going to do my maps and my talk off on. I was originally thinking I'd do it on Blaze. It's about raising Blaze. But as I got through the book and I noticed, this is a lot of Deborah's perspective, a lot of what's going on in Deborah's life, her history, I thought, I'm going to do it on Deborah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my maps on Deborah. My main point is that Deborah becomes an advocate for her son Blaze. She has to become his advocate. There is no one else out there to do it. She is a single mom. The father of her baby, John, has decided that he wants nothing to do with them, which is horrifying to me as a parent myself. I can't imagine someone not wanting to be with their child, not be there to raise their child. So Deborah doesn't have that choice. She has to become his advocate day one. Luckily, she does have the support of her family. Her father is very, very much involved in her life, as is her sister Maya, who she lives with. And because she has these supports with her family, it probably helps a lot. I shouldn't say probably, it does. It helps a lot with her becoming her advocate for Blaze. Deborah is low income. She is a waitress to begin with in her life. She's a waitress. She eventually decides to start writing and becomes an aide in the school system, but we all know that doesn't pay very well either. So being this single mom, she is low income. She is a white female who comes from London. She's British. And so she's kind of a foreigner, even though she's lived in the States since she was young. She comes from a background of her parents are kind of, I don't want to stereotype, but they kind of sound kind of hippie-ish a little bit. They like, they're into astrology, tarot card reading. They don't like doctors. Put a salve on it, put some cream on it, walk it off if it's a sprained ankle. And so this kind of gets her in that mindset that she doesn't like doctors very much either. She doesn't trust them. She kind of knows she kind of has to do this on her own a little bit. And for the most part, she just wants answers. She doesn't feel like she's getting answers from any of the doctors, from the psychologists that she sees, from the school professionals. She just seems like she just doesn't ever get any answers. And so, and she wants her child just to be accepted and to learn and to be the best that he can be. And so because of all of those things, she does need to be his advocate. She needs to be the one that speaks out for him because she isn't having any luck with doctors. She isn't having any luck with the school personnel. That first IEP meeting is what sticks in my mind. And actually several others after that. I just am devastated that they aren't more helpful or more, I feel like, kind, that they don't take her feelings into consideration, and then they don't want to do what's best for Blaze. Maybe they just want to do what they want to do, what the school wants to do, what's easiest for them, and that really troubles me a little bit. And I think that the outcomes from this, from her being his advocate, are many. Number one, one of the last things that Blaze says to her is, she's told that you are the best mom I've ever had. And as a mom, you want to know that your kids appreciate what you have done for them and that they do love you, and that whether it's been struggles or not, that you've gotten through it. And so that was a really big part of that to me, that he he did feel that. He does love her. He does appreciate her. And because she is an advocate for him, he does feel loved. His family does stick up for him, and so he feels loved by his family and accepted by his family. And because of this as well, some of his school years are not successful at all, and she really has to push through. However, some of his years have been so successful. Coming to mind is the years that he was with Mr. Davidson. Obviously, he sounds like the ultimate cool, accepting teacher that these kids just absolutely adore. And so because she has advocated for him to have the multiple testings, to be in some of the special needs places, because she has quit her job to be with him, he has had very successful years. I think another thing that because she and her family advocate for him, I feel like that she's had so many struggles in the IEP meetings throughout the years, and that is an outcome of her being the advocate. She struggles in these meetings to want what's best for her child. But what's come out of it, I think at the very end when she decided to homeschool, was phenomenal. And how her family came around and out of the woodwork, and they all put in their specialties. One, teaching him basic skills, how to do a checkbook, teaching him music in creative ways and art in creative ways. And honestly, I think there are so many schools that are driven now by standards that they don't get that extra creativity and that outside of the box thinking, which I feel is what ends up happening because of her advocacy. I did write in there some of the things that that kind of stuck with me as a parent. I sometimes you change your world upside down due to what is right for your child, and you never ever stop fighting. And I believe that is something that she never did throughout this book. And I'm really interested to see what the rest of her and Blaze's life looks like, and how she doesn't stop. And she probably has gone through many, many other things to help him. This was really significant to me because I'm looking at obviously going into teaching, and I do not want to be one of those stuffy people in the IEP meetings that goes, nope, we're doing it this way, we're doing it this way, we're doing it this way. I want to be one of those people that looks at the child and not the disability. I want to listen to those parents and be like, you know what? You have lived with this child for whatever it be, 10 years. You know this child way better than I do. I want to get to know this child. I want to be able to think outside the box and use creative learning. I so hope that I do that. So anyway, there's my talk off. If I did something incorrect, please let me know so that so when I do my next talk off, that I do it properly. Thank you and have a great day.